Okay, so you want to create some study habits. But how? And how much time? And what exactly do you study? Well, let's get into it. You should start with 10 minutes a day when you can sit down and concentrate and just work up from there. If you can, be picky about your time slot and choose a time when you will be motivated and engaged. In other words, don't plan to study at 5 a.m. if you're not a morning person. Study hall time is a great place to start. If you don't have a study hall, then you will need to think proactively about when this will happen. Put your phone away so you won't be distracted. The world can wait while you invest in you. So why do you need to study every day? Why can't you just spend several hours the night before an exam? Well, what a great question. I'm so glad you asked. It comes down to the science of our brains and how we learn. In the 1880s, a psychologist named Hermann Ebbinghaus found that without intentional review, our memory actually breaks down quite rapidly. He found that in the first hour after learning something, we forget 50% of this new material. Within 24 hours, we lose up to 70%. After a week, we can lose up to 90% if it is never reinforced. So let's say you spent 2 hours studying the night before a biology test. That seems like a lot, but if that's the only studying you've done all along, you'll only remember 30% of the material when you take that test. How do you feel about those odds? So, our brains take in information through a survival filter of sorts. If you only see a fact once, your brain concludes that this is not really important, and it gets rid of it to save its energy for other things. But now go back to the daily 5 to 10 minutes of study time. Every time you force your brain to remember something, it strengthens the connections between brain cells and often makes additional connections with others. If you've had to remember something multiple times, it is connected with so many other memories in your brain, and it will be easier to access, even if you are under pressure, like during a test. When you make your brain remember something, your brain signals, "Here it is again, this must be important," and makes this knowledge a higher priority, holding on to it more securely. You may still forget it, but when it comes time to review, you won't have to spend so much time relearning it. This is called spaced repetition or spaced practice, and is essentially how we learn anything and everything. So, while 5 minutes of looking over vocabulary words might seem kind of pointless, your brain now has a better grip on them.